Hey, what's up, guys? This is Sam Old G, and sorry about this. All right, so I wanted to make a video, just a easygoing, cut to the chase video about excitement. This hobby of RPG and stuff is goes a long way with excitement. I mean, excitement is kind of like the leitmotif, or the thing that drives the hobby forward. We get excited about the genre, about mechanics, about games, about events, cultural stuff, and then we want to run a game. We want to run a game about that, and it's so and this thing needs to be fueled. People who've run games online on Hangout, using a Facebook group structure where you create a group, you have a schedule you follow with a group of people, and if you want this game to survive and you manage to finish, reach a conclusion, you need to build momentum and excitement, and this goes a long way for the survival of your experience. Because the thing is that once you start, the excitement is really, really intense at the beginning, and then once the characters are made and you go through first session, there's a big drop, big drop of excitement. It's like you get your fix, like a drug, and then now you need to fight off. I mean, create a schedule and get some feed the group. If you're a player, you need to feed the group with interesting things to create story or imagery and stuff like that, and same thing with the GM. So yeah, but that's not the purpose of this video. This video is about excitement because I am excited. I am excited about stuff, and like many of us out here, my excitation or my excitement goes in different direction. And right now I'm running this Mage 20 game, so I've been excited about Mage for the longest time. Main Man did an interview with Phil Brucato and was talking about Mage on his channel, and then I got interested. I read some of the books, and then I heard about the Mage 20th anniversary in 2013, and so I decided, I want to run a Mage game. And I waited for the 20th anniversary to come out. It came out, and we are playing right now. And it's crazy. I'm really excited about this, and I'm really, really happy that I have a great group to experiment with. But I have some other stuff on my list, so this video is about what am I excited about right now, and I want to know what you guys are excited about as well. What are you excited about? Yeah, excited about. So right now, the games I really wanna discover is so in no particular order. I have a game that I want to play for the longest time is Cyberpunk 2020. Cyberpunk 2020 is for what I see and from what I've read, I think it is the best Cyberpunk game out there. I think it is the one that can do it. Now, I did a lot of videos about Cyberpunk in the past, in my time, but because I think I'm really critical about Cyberpunk. For me, Cyberpunk has been stuck in an aesthetic, and it's kind of hard to get around it. And thank God we have games like Deus Ex Revolution and Human Contact and all that, Deus Ex Human Revolution or whatever. So we have these games that try to show what cyberpunk should be in 2015, because the idea of a dystopian future, if you stick to Shadowrun and if you stick to Cyberpunk 2020 aesthetic, doesn't work, because it's the aesthetic of the 80s. So to me, there is this paradox where you have like two kind of cyberpunk going on right now. You have the one that has the 80s aesthetic, which has nothing to do with reality whatsoever. So it's just a typical aesthetic when cyberpunk came out, you know, as an aesthetic, as a genre and all that. And then you have cyberpunk that would represent what a real dystopian future from what we see right now would be like. And I think Cyberpunk 2020 has both, can provide both. Obviously, if you use the source book, you're gonna get stuck in the 80s thing. There's gonna be like those big ass cell phone with a wire connect to your head, you know, stuff like that doesn't make sense today. But to me, Cyberpunk 2020 is the game that has the intention of the cyberpunk genre. This is the one that gives you, you know, the kickstart, like this is the reason why we want to play cyberpunk, and this is what you should understand from cyberpunk, and this is what you should do about it and all that. And to me it's kind of important because cyberpunk has a purpose, cyberpunk has a message to it, and I think the message is still relevant. But it's on the, you know, but on the aesthetic part though, it's not obvious that we can still pull it off. So I think and what I really like with Cyberpunk 2020 is that the game has a lot of style. It is a game that uses a couple of stuff that I like a life path character creation system that I really like. You can get one of those from Traveler, from Burning Wheel and stuff. That I really enjoy because it helps you understand your character and where your character comes from and all that from the start, from character creation, which is great. And then I like also the HP system. I think it's really interesting. I really want to try it out, and it is kind of important in a cyberpunk game to have a good system like that, because in a cyberpunk game you have all kind of different wounds you get, you know, from different kind of weapon you get. Most cyberpunk games are about gears, right? So you need a good system of damage that can, you know, represent the different kind of wounds you get from those. So, and there is a chapter in this book about style, and that is great. The idea that, you know, what's at the core of a cyberpunk game is that your character, you know, trying to find themselves in the world, you know, in that dystopian future, and they wanna, you know, and you should play the idea of you know, the existential identity crisis kind of thing that comes from this world where you can be anything you want, like you know, using technology. So there is this kind of triangle between technology, existentialism, and dystopian politics that is really interesting, and the book tells you how to do it and reinforces it mechanically at character creation. So there is something really cool about that I want to find out. So Cyberpunk 2020 is on my list. There is another game I'm really excited about, and is 7C. Now this Excitment comes, it's been there for a long time now. Inquisitor did a great playlist on his channel, and I'm really interested about this roll and keep system. Looks really neat. There's a drama dice involved and all that, so that's always good. You can do a lot of good stuff narratively with that, and I think there is a possibility to run this game in a really modern way where you can have some good collaboration using this system. So I wanna get it out. I wanna find about it, and also because I think it's probably it's the best pirate game out there. And there's not a lot of those games. Most of the time you need to use a generic system, but this one has a setting, a really good setting as well. I like the idea of it's like a fake historical thing. It's a fantasy historical setting where you have all the archetype of the European cultures and some of Asian as well. So yeah, I think it's really good game. I never played it. I want to try it out. So check out Non-Inquisitor's 7C playlist. It's the best playlist on YouTube for 7C. And the thing is that John Wick announced that 7C there's a new edition, probably a 20th anniversary thing, because I think it's been 20 years. So it's a new edition coming out. I'm excited about that. I want to see what they're gonna do with it. And knowing that John Wick has been, flirting a little bit with some modern approach to systems and mechanic, I think it's gonna take the game and just put it in a better place. So yeah, really excited about the 7C. Another one that I really want to get to play as well is Dungeon Crawl Classic. Now, Dungeon Crawl Classic is probably my favorite OSR game that I've seen so far. This game has a lot of neat idea, like the funnel idea, where at the character creation you create different, you create a couple characters, because they're so weak at the beginning that they go through like the first dungeon and they die so fast that the idea is what character is gonna survive and is gonna get that edge, because he's gonna get some development into it, and you get to attach to these characters that manage to survive the difficulty of the world, kind of thing. So it's a really old school game, dungeon crawl game, but I want to get that book as well as the other books I mentioned, because that book is huge, but it's full of great art as well, like really old school art from some artists I've been watching since I'm a kid. So I really want to get Dungeon Crawl Classic. Also, Dungeon Crawl Classic have an interesting mechanic and system to it that uses all kind of dices that so there's something about this game. I like the idea of old school, trying to emulate what old school gaming was. And there is also some really neat stuff. The magic system's great. The magic users they cannot throw spells like they want. There's the strategy to it. Same thing with the fighter. Fighter is made for fighting, and there are some cool stuff you can use with the fighter. Like they can use some special moves and stuff. So, and you need to be always careful and strategic, because otherwise you can die really fast. So yeah, Dungeon Crawl Classic it has to be on my shelf and I'm excited about this game. I want to try it one day for sure. There is also a game that Runeslinger introduced me to from his channel, and it's Aces and Eight. Aces and Eight is full of good stuff, full of great stuff. And I am not a simulationist type of gamer. If I have an order from my agenda is gameist, narrativist, then simulationist. But there is a place for simulation, and Aces and Eight, I mean, first, to me, it looks like it's the best cowboy game, like Western game, because of the precision and the setting element to it. If you want to play a serious cowboy game, not talking about Deadlands and shit like that, I'm talking about a real Western and cowboy and Indian games, I think Aces and Eight does it. There is a game called Boot Hill that GDRD30 talked to me about. It looks really old and old school. I never get to read it. Might be good. It might be good, but I think Aces and Eight is somewhere. Just the idea of the precision of where the bullet hit you when you use that clock mechanism. I want to try that. I want to try that clock thing, just to try that subsystem. I love these kind of systems. So Aces and Eight, and that's one I'm gonna get for sure. I really want to find out about this game more, and also the book is amazing. Just for the lore, it looks like it's really good. And also to learn about simulationism. I mean, if I want to get my understanding of RPG better, I need to dig out more of these games. I need to try to simulate more, and maybe find a place for simulationism in my games. Because the idea of these models of gameists and stuff, I mean, they're tools. There's a place for these tools in the game, right? And of course, there's always going to be a scale, you know, a ladder of importance, a hierarchy of importance in your style and your approach. But they have a place, and all kinds of people around the table, they like certain kind of stuff. It's good to be able to manipulate these structures of play. So yeah, Aces and Eight. And yeah, there's another one as well. I mean, and this is probably the last one for this video because it's getting long, but the Cypher system. I've heard about Numenera. You know, I mean, Numenera, I love the setting, you know, obviously, but yeah, I would say Cypher system / Numenera. It's Numenera because of the Mobius, you know, science fantasy approach to it. That it looks amazing, but the system in itself, the Cypher system, it looks great, and the Cypher system can help you do generic stuff, like all kinds of genre and all kinds of game. And I think it's a solid one. I think it's probably more solid than Fate. Fate might be a little too easy and pulpy. I tried Fate. I love it. It's great. It got me. It made me better. You know, I've learned something with Fate. Everybody should play Fate just to learn that shit, and then can bring it into your other games, kind of thing. But I mean, it's good for one shot. You know, pulpy one shot where you achieve everything. But I mean. I think Cypher system is better it looks better. From what I've read, it looks better. Now, and I want that game on my shelf. I love these generic systems because they always teach you good stuff about RPG. They teach you how to act stuff. Because they are generic, these rules are manipulable. I mean, you're malleable. You can use these rules to apply to all kinds of genre and stuff. So by doing so, playing a couple of generic systems like that helps you develop your hacking skills in design terms. So I think, yeah, Cypher system, I'm excited about it as well. So these are the games that I want to play in the near future. I have there's also Hunter the Vigil. And Hunter the Vigil, the thing with Hunter the Vigil, the reason why I want to try Hunter the Vigil is not because of the system. I know the system, but there's a subsystem that is really cool in Hunter the Vigil. It's the subsystems about teamwork. It's how you can use your skills as a team to create an ambush or create a plan to kill a monster. For example, there's a werewolf in the forest. You know where his lair is. Together as humans, you don't have special power, but you have brains. So what you do is you create a trap, you create a plan to capture the werewolf, something, and then so what you do is there's a subsystem, really simple, really neat subsystem where you roll the dice together as a group and to figure out if you achieve the plan, and then you narrate it, kind of thing. And I want to try this system in play. The thing also with Hunter the Vigil, I want to use the game in a metaphoric sense. I want to use the game to create an analogy between fighting your own demons as a human in the world of darkness, using mythological monsters, ghosts, poltergeists, vampires, demons, daimons, spirits, and stuff like that, and werewolf and all that, using these mythological monsters, these monsters that are embedded in our culture. I want to use and play it kind of mission based, where the characters are fighting their own demons through these creatures, and it becomes like this kind of like parabolic game where you fight off demons, poltergeists, monsters, and stuff. But what you really do is basically just fighting your inner problems, inner psychological issues you have in your real life. So I want to try to achieve that. It's an ambitious project. You need special kind of players who understands these and is able to use his imagination in a dual manner like that, where you create an analogy for yourself through narration. But well, we'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm excited about. So what are you guys excited about? I want to know what are your the games you're excited about right now that stimulates your imagination, and how do you want to play those, and why and when. And yeah, let me know how it goes, and yeah, talk to you soon.